Good morning, pilgrims. It is day 6 on the Via de la Plata. 3 degrees Celsius. I'm not dressed up for this. Leaving the hotel at 8 o'clock. There's my room, the one with the condensation on the window. I had the heater all night long. Can't believe I'm using those words to describe the Via de la Plata because this is known for being such a hot Camino, especially in the summer months. I was just talking to the guy at the bar while having breakfast. I'm like, do you prefer this weather or the summer? And he's like, right now is the sweet spot for them. Today we have a 24-25 kilometer day from Fuentes de Cantos, where I am right now, to Zafra. We have 2 towns along the way. One is at the 25% of the way, and the next one is closer to the end of the stage. So on the next town I had to grab something for the road. Over the last few days I've been spoiled. I've had places to stop to eat or short distances, but you know, that's not the norm out here. I had breakfast. There were 3 other pilgrims in there, so you know, once you think, you know, sometimes you think you're on your own and you're just surrounded by other pilgrims. Yesterday when I went to explore the town, I realized that in this town there's no municipal albergue. If you want to stay at the municipal, you have to go to the next one. So yesterday would have been a 25 kilometer day, and today for them it would be like a 20. So yeah, cold morning, the sun is already out. We're heading back out into the fields. Let's do it. This vlog and this series are brought to you by Garcia Dreams. Together, we build a better future. So I've been walking out here in the plains on my own. I saw a guy walking a dog. There's a bull all the way there in the distance. And the sun comes in and out. Patchy at best, windy, cold. I got my gloves on and I got my drone here. The DJI Mini 4 Pro. The drone that I've been using, I bought this one recently. I had the 3, I had the 2, I've had the original DJI Mavic Pro that started it all. Oh my God. I love them, you know, and they pay themselves off because I sell all the drone footage in Adobe stock and Shutterstock. So the little money that trickles in goes to pay for the drones. Wow, man, it is so cold right now. It's funny. I'm using the pouch here, not for landing and takeoff, no. It's too close to my face. I use it as a table so I can lay the controller there as I'm walking and the drone is tracking me so that it doesn't look like I'm, you know, controlling it myself. And also when I need to put away this drone, when I need to fold it, see, the legs fold. I need 2 hands to do it. Well, not really. There you go. That's how tiny it is. It weighs less than 250 grams. Which is good because it complies with all the new drone regulations here in Europe that kicked off in January 2024. Finally falling into the pilgrim routine. Today I'm going from a hotel to a monastery. In the back of my mind is laundry. I had to do laundry today. I already went on Google Maps and I found a laundromat right across from Plaza de Toros, which is like 5 or 6 blocks away from the monastery. So as soon as I get to Zafra, I go there, take my shower, get all my clothes, go to the laundromat while I do the washing, which is usually like, what is it, like 20 minutes. Then I get my drone shots of the Plaza de Toro, whatever else they have there, and then come back, do the drying cycle, which is an hour, go out, explore some more. So that will be like my center of operations on today's afternoon. Wow, man, the next few days are gonna be tough. It is Tuesday. On Thursday, the rains are coming, 100% chance. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Friday, I get to Merida, where I will be taking my first rest day of the trip after walking for 9 days. So rest day will be Saturday. I head back out on Sunday on a rainy day, and on a 37-kilometer day. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. All right, man, let's go. Is that the town? Maybe. You're gonna find yourself walking next to plenty of pig farms, so you better get used to the smell of pre-processed hemp. It is 10 in the morning. I found myself in the small town of Calzadilla de los Barros. I just went to a bar where I had an espresso and an Aquarius. I also went to the church, but it was closed. And this gets me to a point that it's been nagging at me for the longest time. You know, I think Japan finally put the nail in the coffin with all the temples over there being open. And the Camino Frances, or the Camino de Santiago, is the most popular trail in the world right now, with close to 300 or 400,000 pilgrims a year passing by. At least the last 100 kilometers, if you cannot justify having somebody at the churches and have them open, like they have them in France, you know, then what's the purpose here? I mean, at least give out some wax stamps and charge that buck or two just to, you know, keep a guy there at all times. And I don't know, I'm just, you know. All right, let's continue walking. It's starting to warm up as soon as the sun came out. So it is much welcome. Let's go for it. All right, I think all the rain that has fallen over the last couple of days has just overflown the streams, and today I've had a couple of stream crossings. I met two German pilgrims, two German ladies there that were having difficulty trying to avoid the water, but I just stepped over the stone. Sometimes my foot would go in the water, you know. What can you do? The best thing about the shoes that I'm wearing, which are the Olympus 5, I used to use the Lone Peaks, and then in 2021, when I did the Appalachian Trail, that's when I switched over to the Olympus because they have a thicker sole for the extra weight that you're carrying. And to me, they're the most comfortable shoes that I've ever worn. I mention it all the times. They're good enough for like 1,000 kilometers. So I'm gonna push these ones to the max because I'm doing 2,000 kilometers on this trip. So by the time I make it home, I'm probably just gonna throw them out and get a new pair. So yeah, a couple of stream crossings there. I've seen those two ladies and they're like 3 up ahead. So in total 5. I saw the Spaniard that I've been seeing over the last few days. This morning I saw him in town, just passed by, he didn't stop. So you know how it goes. Car. Boom. How did that sound with the stereo microphones? Let's see, what time is it already? I was just doing French classes. It's 12:30. I think I'm at the halfway point already of the day. The sun is out. Look at the fields, green on this side. On this other side, we got some olive groves. Yeah, no lunch today. I ate the rest of the bag of peanuts that I bought. I think it was in the early stages, day 1 or 2. Can't even remember. Sevilla seems so far away from me right now. Okay, I wasn't going to mention it yet, but I mentioned it on social media. So I'm going to mention it to you guys now. I have decided, instead of doing the Chemin d'Arles from Arles to Saint-Port and then the Camino Aragonés to Puente la Reina, I'm going to mix my plans up when I make it even more ambitious than what it already is. When I get to Santiago, I'm going to make a right turn. I'm going to do the Camino Frances in reverse, go home, come back 3 months later. So that will be September. I have to be out of here in the summer because of the visa issue. You can only be here for 3 months in a 6-month period. So when I come back in September, I'm going to do the Chemin d'Arles in reverse again. Then walk in the south of France, Nice, Monaco, enter Italy, Cinque Terre, connect with the Via Francigena, and head all the way down to Rome, crossing Tuscany. So it will be the Via Francigena 2.0. So yes, in this year, 2024, I will start in Sevilla, go to Santiago, and then head to Rome. I think I'll make it. I should make it. It's 4,000 kilometers. It should be incredible. Just doing the Frances in reverse is gonna give me a new perspective. If the churches are not open, at least I'm gonna use the door as a background. We are in Puebla de Sancho Perez. It is 2:30 in the afternoon, and I made it here about an hour ago, but I went to this restaurant, Abadia, that's right next to the church, to have lunch, and what a feast did I have. I have so much food that I think tonight is gonna be just a regular all salad. I had a steak with fries, a beer, and close it with some dessert. While I was enjoying that meal, my wife called me, so I got to speak with her for a while I was just sitting there. I'm about an hour away from town, from Zafra, so I should be getting there around 3:30, maybe 4 in the afternoon. Let's see how much I get to film, and you guys already know what I had to do once I get there. Let's go, the last push into Zafra. So made it to Zafra at 3:20 in the afternoon after crossing the suburban area. There's a municipal albergue, but I'm not staying there. Yes, and I had quite the scare because as I was getting into town, I got a message on Facebook of all places of the Hospitalera asking me if I was coming because the place is full and they're turning people away, and I made a reservation a while back, so I called her multiple times. She didn't answer. I think I called her like 4 times. And eventually, she called me back, and everything is good. You know, I'm always on the lookout for a new curveball out here on the Camino. Checked in at the Albergue with 0 issues, and Sandra, the hospitalera, so nice, so welcoming. I'm sharing a room with a German pilgrim, and Sandra told me that that group of Canadian students that are doing the Camino, that they're staying here today. They actually have to take a bus from where I started this morning to here because they couldn't find a place to accommodate all of them over there. And here they're just staying all over. And it's going to be a crazy day at the Albergue today, which is, it's going to be different. It's going to be welcoming. I asked Sandra about the laundromat, if there was another one in the area, because of course the one that I saw is quite far away from it. And she told me that there's one a block away, which is where I am right now. So this is the laundromat, and the Albergue is over there on that side of the street. So very close. I'm doing all my clothes right now. I'm splitting the washer with a German pilgrim, and I'm just going to hang out here, probably edit today's short so I can upload it later on. I'm going to be having dinner and breakfast at the place, so I don't have to worry about that. Everything came at 25 euros, so that's the bed, dinner tonight, and breakfast tomorrow. So, by the way, that castle, the Parador here, wow, it looks impressive. Yeah, maybe later on this afternoon I'll head over there and explore the city center because I kind of cut across. You know, I had to make a decision about Mérida because I was talking about Sandra about the day after. That's like 37 kilometers. And she's like, no, if you can, cut it in half. Take it easy, go slow. You're doing a long trip. So I'm going to go ahead now and check bookings because I booked a place there on bookings.com and see if I can modify the reservation and just have it for one day and then book the day after. So many things to do. The clothes dried up as expected, and I went for a walk around town because I skipped it on the way in, and I went to the church. I got to spend a little bit of time in there, and I also walked by the main plaza and went to check out the Parador, which it looks impressive. Yes, it does. It is a castle after all. Then I went to a supermarket just to get some supplies, some snacks for the road. I got a bar of chocolate, 85% chocolate, and then I also had some like snack bars, so that will cover me for the next couple of days since I already finished off the nuts. The Canadians are in town. The large group of pilgrims are in there, so it's a little bit noisy. I'm about to have dinner, but I want to do the closing before the sun goes down because I did not bring my light. And of course, it's time to thank the troll angel of the day, Helen Johansson. Thank you so much, Helen, for your support. Tomorrow we got a 19-kilometer day. It's going to be short. It's going to be good. It's not going to rain. The rains come the day after that. See you tomorrow bright and early at 7:30 since breakfast is in this place.